Hey everyone, I'm back with another video. This is a video to show you how to make a pop-up box card. These are super cute. That's what the inside looks like. And the outside. So it just kind of folds up either like this or with your flaps up. I like it like this to fold up. And then you stick this. This is an A2 size, so it'll fit into a standard envelope. And then when your recipient gets it, they just have to pop it open like that. So this is just a Halloween one that I made. And I made a couple more Halloween ones. I made a couple that look like this. So the one I'm going to show you is just a fall one. I'm going to use the Authentique paper. It's a 6x6 called Grateful. And it's got all these really cool fall prints in it. So that's the paper I'm using. So what you're going to need, oh, and actually I used the Artisan Label Punch and the Label Love stamp set from Stampin' Up! Just so you know. So you're going to need a piece of cardstock for your base that is 5.5 by 8.5. So just like this. And we're going to do some scoring. Oops. So on the 8.5 inch side, we're going to score it at 2, 4, 6, and 8. And then we're going to turn it and score it on the 5.5 inch side at 2. And then you're going to need two pieces that are 3 by 1. And those we're going to score at 1/2 inch on each side. Just like that. Okay, so that's it for all of our scoring. Okay, so with this piece, your base piece, hopefully, yeah, you can see that. The 2-inch score line here, we're going to cut up to that on each one of these bottom score lines. So all the way up. And then this last one over here, this little one, I'm going to take it off because we don't need it. So I'm just going to cut it at an angle up on this side. So it cuts out a little notch like that. And we don't need that. So then I'm going to put some score tape right here on the edge to keep your box closed, or red liner tape, or I've even used, on one of the boxes I used ATG tape, and it's holding up just fine. So it's kind of a personal preference on whatever adhesive you want to use for that. So then this is the box, and I'm going to flip it around because this is the bottom of my box, and this is going to be my top flaps that will fold over. So I'm going to go ahead and decorate the bottom of my box here. And I always use this last strip as my back side. So my papers for this, I cut one long one here, let me show you, for the back. Because when I fold my box up, my back flap never folds back or down. So, and you can have it fold down if you want, I just didn't want it to. So this piece is 1 7/8 by 5 3/8, and I've already stamped it so that way it's easier and I can just adhere it straight to the card base. So just lay that down like that. And then I have 3 more pieces. And these are 1 7/8 by 3 3/8. And you can adjust the size that you cut them to for your own preference as far as how much of a border you want. That. Okay, one more, and then I'm going to start working on the flaps that are going to come down. Okay, so there we have the bottom part and the back. So since these flaps are going to fold down, I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to turn it to where they're on the bottom facing me. So that way if you have a directional pattern, you know that it's not going to be upside down. Like the one that I have has these little tiny acorns on it. I don't want them to be upside down, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I have them facing the right way. And I'm just going to attach to these 4 panels here. And these are cut at 1 7/8 by 1 7/8 squared. But like I said, you could do, if you want a 1/4 inch border, you could do 1 3/4, or however you want your border to go. So we'll just get all these attached, and then we can assemble the box. You could probably do the underside of these if you really wanted to, but I don't see that it's all that necessary. So, let's see. So just like that, then we have all 4 of our panels. So now I'm just going to go ahead and fold on all of these score lines. Like this. Okay, so I'm going to just peel off the end. Like that. And fold the box right in half. And it'll line up right there. So there we have the box. Just like that. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my little flaps and fold them down. And I'll flip this over and fold this one down. And then I have that part of my box done. One second. So now we get to do the decorating part. So on the inside of the box, you have these little braces right here. That's what's going to hold your little pieces that you want to pop up. And that is going to be the 2 pieces that we cut at 3 by 1 inch. So I'm going to go ahead and put some score tape on these. So that way they don't come out of the box. Okay, just like that. Now we can go ahead and start decorating. So one is going to face the back and one is going to face the front to get our spacing. And that's what these little side pieces are for. They're going to work as a guide. So this one is going to go just like that. And then the other one will go same way in the back, like that. So you can decorate these before you put them in, or you can put them in and then attach your little pop-up things. So I'm going to go ahead and attach these. We're going to do the back first. Oops. I want it to stick to the other side. Just like that. And then we attach this side. So there we have the back brace. And I punched out some leaves out of some of the paper from the little pad so it would all coordinate. And I just used a little the Paper Studio punch from Hobby Lobby, just some maple leaves. So I've got 2 of those, and I've already attached them on just some little strips of matching cardstock. You can use, toothpicks. You can use clear, window sheets that you cut into strips if you don't want the sticks to show or whatever. So, it's whatever you want to do. Then I have these little pumpkins that I made out of a 1-inch circle punch. And just layered and put some stickles. And the stickles I used is platinum. And this little pattern paper is also from the collection. So I'm going to just see where I want my little pumpkin. I'm going to go ahead and use some Zig 2-way glue here. And try to get this attached. So about right there. So there we have a little pumpkin. And then I will do my leaves over on this side. Kind of like that. So I know that I need to attach this one towards the bottom too. Make sure that that's stuck on there. Press on it really good. So there we have the back part. And now I'm going to go ahead and attach the front brace. it down. And then we gotta get this side on. It's just like that. So now we have our front brace. And I'm just gonna stick the other pumpkin over here, a little bit lower than the one on the back so you can see it. Use my finger as a guide where I'm gonna place that glue at. About right there. And you can attach these in any way that you are totally comfortable doing. I've only made a few, so I'm not really sure. About how I want to keep attaching stuff. I'm going to put these leaves a little bit lower, so I keep mine pretty simple. I don't put a ton of stuff in here. You can put as much as you want or as little as you want. There's no really right or wrong way. I just think that sometimes the simpler the better. Kind of move that a little bit. So there's my little pop-up pieces. And I'm going to decorate my little front panel here. So that's where I used the Artisan Label Punch and the Label Love stamp set. I used some Memento ink. I used Rich Cocoa and Northern Pine for this. So I'm going to attach that here. But I think I want to put some ribbon on it. And I have this little brown ribbon. So I'm going to cut 3 pieces of this because I'm going to actually go ahead and put it on my other pieces also, so they all kind of go together. And I'm just going to use the little cheater tape method. So I'm going to go ahead and set this down so I can get my little piece of ribbon on there. And then wrap it to the back. That's a pretty big piece of tape. And then go ahead and tape it down. So then we have the other side. These little flaps are kind of tricky. And then I'm just going to tape that side down. So there we have, maybe I don't need to do the other ones, we'll see. So we have that. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue this flat down. Just because I already have the Just For You part up on some dimensionals. And I'm going to go ahead and put a couple strips of score tape on this just so I know that it's going to stay instead of gluing it. Oops. Okay, so just like that. Go ahead and peel this off. So we can stick it down. And again, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of lay it down. That way I can get it straight. So just like that. And actually I don't need those, so I'll use them for something else. So just like that. Pretty simple. Cute little fall card. So there's that one. And then here is my Halloween one. And with this one I used some of the elements from the paper pad. And I think, yeah, I have it. This is another Authentique pad, and it's called Thrilling. So it's got, you know, all kinds of papers. They're all double-sided. So it's got kind of a solid print on the other side. But it's got some sheets that you can cut some things out of, so I used one of those. And then I made some pumpkins on this one also, but I used, I think it was a 5/8 inch circle punch. And I have a teeny tiny little bat punch, so I put some bats on there. And then I did stickles on that one also. And then this came from the paper, so I just used a really tiny circle punch and punched that out to put on the center. And then this is the Martha Stewart fence punch that I have all the way around. So that's a couple of the pop-up cards and how you make them, and I hope you guys like them and try them out, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!